For what purpose does the gentlelady from Ohio seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, under Rule 9, I hereby give notice of my intention to offer a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows. Whereas on March 5, 2014, during a hearing before the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, Committee Chairman Darrell Issa gave a statement and then posed 10 questions to former Internal Revenue Service official Lois Lerner, who stated that she was invoking her Fifth Amendment right not to testify. Whereas the committee's ranking member, Representative Elijah Cummings, clearly sought recognition to take his turn for questions under committee and House rules. Whereas Chairman Issa then quickly adjourned the hearing and refused to allow him to make any statement or ask any questions. Whereas Ranking Member Cummings protested immediately, stating, "Mr. Chairman, you cannot run a committee like this. You just cannot do this. We are better than that. As a country, we are better than that as a committee." Whereas Chairman Issa then returned and allowed Ranking Member Cummings to begin his statement, but when it became clear that Chairman Issa did not want to hear what Ranking Member Cummings was saying, turned off Ranking Member Cummings' microphone, ordered Republican staff to close it down, and repeatedly signaled to end the hearing with his hand across his neck. Whereas Ranking Member Cummings objected again, stating, "You cannot have a one-sided investigation. There is absolutely something wrong with that." Whereas Chairman Issa made a statement of his own and posed questions during the hearing, but refused to allow other members of the committee, and in particular, the ranking member who had sought recognition, to make statements under the 5-minute rule in violation of House Rule 9. 11. Whereas Chairman Issa instructed the microphones to be turned off and adjourned the hearing without a vote or a unanimous consent agreement in violation of Rule 16 because he did not want to permit Ranking Member Cummings to speak. Whereas Chairman Issa's abusive behavior on March 5th is part of a continuing pattern in which he has routinely excluded members of the committee from investigative meetings and has routinely provided information to the press before sharing it with committee members. Whereas Chairman Issa has violated Clause 1 of Rule 23 of the Code of Official Conduct, which states that a member, delegate, resident commissioner, officer, or employee of the House shall behave at all times in a manner that shall reflect creditably on the House. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the House of Representatives strongly condemns the offensive and disrespectful manner in which Chairman Darrell Issa conducted the hearing of the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform on March 5, 2014, during which he turned off the microphones of the ranking member while he was speaking and adjourned the hearing without a vote or unanimous consent agreement.
Under Rule 9, a resolution offered from the floor by a member other than the majority leader or the minority leader as a question of the privileges of the House has immediate precedence only at a time designated by the chair within 2 legislative days after the resolution is properly noticed. Pending that designation, the form of the resolution noticed by the gentlelady from Ohio will appear in the record at this point. The chair will not at this point determine whether the resolution constitutes a question of privilege. That determination will be made at the time designated for consideration of the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Pursuant to Clause 8 of Rule 20, the chair will postpone further proceedings today on motions to suspend on which a recorded vote or the yeas and nays are ordered, or on which the vote incurs objection under Clause 6 of Rule 20. Record votes on postponed questions will be taken later.